technique, I think.
We are live.
We're live. Beth, you're muted. The silent moderator. The silent hostess.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was like, we're going live, and oops. So welcome to Nourish to Flourishes, Ditch the Diet and Face the Feelings panel. Today we're talking about something fantastically interesting, I think, my personal opinion, which is the promises that we make to ourselves and our bodies and then have difficulty keeping. You know, that those promises like, well, I know that I should exercise more. I'm going to do more exercise. And then my get up and go got up and left. And I'm still sitting here. Or I'm going to get off sugar. Or I'm going to eat more healthy, or whatever those promises are. And we have the best of intentions when we make those promises. You know, it's like that, you know, the day of a wedding, till death do us part. And then you run into the... Sorry. I have a little girl home today, and I promised her I was going to do this call and then I'm going to go take care of her. Yes. So close the door, out. Yeah, those promises that you make with the best of intentions, and life happens.
Yeah,
so
I know I wake up every morning with strong convictions to move my body, to eat well, and to really take care of myself every day. And then I get into my day and then I don't feel like exercising. I do fine with food all day long. And then when I stop working somewhere around 6 or 7 p.m., that's also when I want to stop holding to any commitments I've made to myself. And I just want to like relax and have something really tasty to eat. So I break those commitments every day.
So, okay, well, let's go around and then let's just do some mini coaching on each other around those if everybody's good with that.
Really live.
If we dare. I mean, come on, we got 4 coaches on the panel list. We make comments like this and then we don't coach each other. Sandra, you were saying, or did I just scare you so much you don't want to talk anymore?
Sandra was like, I'm good.
I'm just listening to all of you ladies. Do I make commitments every day to myself? Yes. And then I get behind the computer writing up all the blog posts and all the copy for the group and onto my page. And it's like the next thing I know, it's 4 or 5 o'clock and it's time to start on supper. So yeah, I break those all the time. What I do now, because I was horrible at skipping breakfast or lunch, so I have set a alarm on my phone so that it goes off, so that I'm conscientiously going, oh, it's time to go eat some lunch. Otherwise, I'll just zoom right through and get to supper and go, oh, shoot.
For me, it's lately exercise. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to walk to the gym. It's too far away. And the weather is shitty, and I can't.
If you just took the walk and didn't do the gym, wouldn't that be enough exercise? Because it's like 45 minutes away, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then I come there, and then I'm like, nah. Yeah, but I mean, when we are driving there and with my husband, and then the 2 of us are there in 5 minutes, and then I can exercise and everything is great. But when I already walk and always up, it's the entire freaking way is up, which is good when I'm coming home, but yeah. So I made a commitment to myself. Oh, I'm going to go at least this time, blah blah blah, and then every time it's like, but it takes so long to go there, and it's windy and it's raining, and that's mine.
Perfect excuse. What about you, Beth?
Well, if you recall, last week I said start training for 21 kilometers or half a marathon.
Yep.
I've done 1 day. 1 day. That's it this week. I've only done 1 day.
That's one more than zero.
That's right.
Okay. Yes. We could look at it from that perspective. That's one more than zero. But like all of you, I've spent too much time in front of the computer. I've actually had moments where I'm sitting there on the computer working on something, and I thought to myself, you could go do 45 minutes exercise. I'll just finish this first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've had moments where I've thought, well, I could just finish this and go do that. And then I'm like, oh, but I just cannot be bothered having another shower.
Oh, that one gets me a lot.
Well, I mean, it's just that, and so I have all these absolutely useless excuses that I choose to buy into. And if you think of this, this is the most important relationship of your life. This is your relationship with you. And if you're not keeping your words to yourself, who are you keeping it to?
I'm very committed to my dog.
So how many walks a day does he get?
At least 3.
And are you walking on those walks?
Well, I take him out and walk him, but it's for him. It's not for me. Although he would happily go on a walk with me.
For you.
Right.
Yeah.
So he would happily go on your walk instead of you going on his.
Yeah, he has no commitment issues whatsoever. He's all in.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I need to be more like my dog.
Maybe we should all get a dog. And then that way we can all say,
I have a dog. My excuse is that he's arthritic now. And so he doesn't really.
He doesn't want to go for a walk.
He wants to go for a short walk. And what he really wants is to lie down in the morning sun. And that actually, I learned something from that. Because he wants to go out every morning about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And he will literally go outside, and there's a part of the front step that is always in the sun. And he lies down there. And about half an hour later, he's done. He's had enough vitamin D for the day. And that's it. He's done. And I sat there and I thought to myself, he doesn't want to go out 11 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it's full on sunshine. He wants that early morning perfect sun, which is so good and healthy for you. And it's just naturally knows that's what his body needs.
Mm-hmm.
And if only we were that in tune with our bodies.
Right?
Wouldn't that be awesome if we just really stopped and just took a few minutes to really honor that inner body wisdom? We all have it.
Yeah.
But we're so busy up here that we don't listen down here.
I'm busy here.
Yeah, busy here.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, Sarah, you posted in the Nourish group a sheet today for people to do some work on.
I did. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you want to share a little bit of what's going on there.
Right. So, week 1 of the challenge, we did stand in front of the mirror and say all of those thoughts to your body. Mm-hmm. And then week 2 was have your body respond back to yourself. Mm-hmm. So this week, we put a little twist on it, and based on those conversations that you've been having between yourself and your body, now's the time to sit down and reflect on those conversations and make some commitments and write vows to each other. Write commitment vows to each other. Like Beth said, this is the most important relationship you're ever going to have. This is the one that's going to last until death do us part. There is no getting out of this one. So this is a chance to like really reflect on it.
You know, I mean, even marriage might not be till death do us part, but this relationship between you and your body, it really is.
Yeah, this is as permanent as a relationship can get. So this is the chance to really thoughtfully make some promises and just start off on a new foot of honoring those promises and learning to put a really high value on those commitments to yourself, to ourselves, to this most important relationship. So there's a little worksheet out there for everybody, and I'll share it into the comments here in the video too when we're done. But yeah, so write some vows this week.
and I'd invite you, when you're writing those vows, not to should yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This is not about being in your head and, oh, I should. No. Drop down into your heart, drop down into your gut, be really present in your body. And ask yourself, what do I want for myself?
Yeah.
What do I need?
Yeah.
And maybe the answer is, yes, I should do 30 minutes exercise, but I'm committed to doing 5 minutes.
Right. And this is just about the commitments, not about the shoulds.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be cutting it ourselves anyway.
That's right.
Mhm.
So, it's a chance to be really compassionate, but also to be very serious and really contemplative about the importance of this relationship of ourself and our body. So.
Yeah, I think it's something we all can work more on. And, and as we change and the body changes, it's never the same body. And we always need to have that in mind and always be in tune and ask ourselves every few months at least, what do I need now? Is something different and so on.
And so maybe the commitment is to that.
Yeah.
To that listening consistently over time, to not getting caught up with an external measure of weight or diet or clothes size, but really that internal measure of health and vitality.
Yeah. I know my commitments are coming from a place of wanting to get more fit and continually become more healthy. I know I have work to do on that front. However, there could be somebody else who already is perfectly physically fit. And so maybe their commitment needs to be to listen more to, when do I need to stop and rest? Because that's all part of the health and wellness. It's not just about what do I need to go do. It's what do I need to slow down also. So it's really, this isn't I'm overweight, so I need to get out there and exercise and I commit to doing X miles a week. No, this might be something completely different for somebody who's already at that high fitness level. Maybe there's something else that you're missing, some other commitment you can make.
And a reminder, as it's Mindful Me, This is about really getting down and in touch with your body. I don't know if any of you have done some of the daily meditations that we've put in the Nourish group. I haven't done them all. And there's some that I will admit within 2 minutes of them starting, I've stopped and I've gone back to one of the other ones that I've enjoyed. It was like, nope, no, this one is not for me. And it might be that the script and the wording was fine, but the voice or the background music or whatever was just, nope, not doing this one. And I haven't done it every single day. But it has taken me into being more mindful of my body. What is my body feeling? Where is it at, health and energy wise? And I know for me, my commitment to my body right now is a bit more compassion. And so for each one of us, it's where am I at right now?
Yeah.
So Zandra, how are you going to approach this?
Oh, I have some ideas with this one. The compassion is certainly something that I've been spending a lot of time on over the last 3 weeks, and really setting boundaries around my environment.
Nice.
And setting those boundaries for me, what's acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And it's like you, Beth, I haven't done all the meditations in the group. I've done some of them. Some of them I've got my own that I specifically use. And I've really been going inwards. What do I need? What's going to benefit me for the next 30, 40 years?
Right. Take that long view.
Yeah.
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 And compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook when you don't feel like going to exercise. Like
there's tough love too. There's tough love and compassion.
Exactly.
And that's where my boundaries are. My boundaries are the tough love, the tough, really setting some strong family boundaries.
That's awesome.
And not being available.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think those are things that when we talk about being well and physically well, that's one thing, but we also have to be mentally strong. Otherwise, we're just a dumping ground for everybody.
Yeah. So what can you do? So you're working on setting these great boundaries for yourself, which we all need for our mental health and sometimes for our physical health, but for our mental health. So what can you do ongoing to reinvigorate your commitment to your boundaries?
Oh, I do journaling daily on it. And I've shut my phone off during the day, during my work hours. My phone is not on. It's not even in my area of where I work. Yeah, I'm just not available.
That's great.
So how about you, Nina? How are you approaching making your commitments to yourself?
Yeah, I think it is that. I think it's a kind of a dance between that self-discipline and self-compassion. That I don't really want to get out of the bed to go exercise right now because bed is warm and nobody wants to get out of there ever. But on the other hand, it's that having that awareness of that long-term benefits and having that strength, that inner strength, and loving yourself enough to have the discipline to get out of there and go. And on the other hand, if someday the bed wins and it happens, then it's about having that compassion that you don't beat yourself up, and it's not all black and white in anything. And so it's not black and white in the dieting, in the nutrition, in the exercising, in nothing. So we need to, and it's so easy to get into that mindset of either I did go to exercise when I planned or I didn't. but it's a bit harder to tune in and exercise that compassion when it's needed, because sometimes you just really can't get out and don't want, and it's okay. It doesn't mean you are a failure or you just can't get anything right and so on. It happens to everybody. So that is, it's always about that gray area in between.
Yeah.
And I know for me, I've had to redefine exercise, and March was great for me in that, because we focused on movement in March. One of the things that I've allowed myself to accept is that if I have a day of a lot of movement, such as cleaning the house or doing the grocery shopping and that kind of stuff, letting myself off of, oh my goodness, you didn't exercise. No, I didn't exercise, but I had a day full of movement, and I probably completed my steps for the day. And that allowing myself to say, no, as long as I'm active and moving, I'm going to accept that.
Yeah.
And I am not going to say it has to look like this. Okay. And so, for example, if I go outside and I play in the backyard with Isabella, that's not exercise, but it's movement. Did I do 45 minutes of movement? Yes, I did. Did I exercise? No. But it's giving yourself that compassion of saying, well, let's redefine what this means. Because the whole purpose of me being fit and healthy is to be able to play with her. That's my why.
Mm-hmm.
I think too, though, Beth, we get hung up on this exercise word. We really get hung up on it, and if we just stop and really think about it as, if you hate going to the gym, then don't friggin' go to the gym, because all you're doing is creating a stress response in your body.
Absolutely.
Do something that you enjoy. I don't care what kind of
Good
movement
dancing,
you do.
do whatever. Yes.
Yeah. But really stop and think about it. And maybe, while we're doing all of this week, that might be something that everybody can really think about is, am I doing something that I really dislike doing?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to that should word again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know when I was growing up, when I was a kid, I never exercised. Not a
not.
day of my life. But I played all day long, busy, active all day long, and I was in great shape.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a rebounder in my house, supposedly for me to do exercise, right? Guess who jumps on the rebounder all moments of the day?
Yes, because it's fun.
It's fun. It's not exercise, it's play.
Yeah.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so, when you're making these commitments and vows to yourself this week, be compassionate and gentle on yourself, because it's supposed to be about living life to its fullest, about really enjoying it. So make a commitment to this body that will last a lifetime.
Right. Because it's till death do us part.
It really is, guys. This one really is till death do us part. But what kind of quality of life do you want that to be? Yeah.
Yeah, I think too, if you put an age on it, right? Like when you stop and think about, because obviously I'm well over all of you girls, but I think when you stop and think about it, right, and you go, oh, when I was 25, my thoughts were totally different than at 40, and now at this age, they're totally different again. And it's like, okay, how do I want this last quarter century of my life to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I need to live till I'm 120 till I get everything done. So is that possible? Absolutely.
Well,
Possible.
you know, I remember a friend of mine posted once that, you know, there's life gives you a certain list of things that you're supposed to do before you die. And I'm so far behind, I'm never going to die.
Yep.
But, you know, as we're making commitments this week, you know, one, be realistic, but be compassionate. Think about the fun of life. What do you want? I mean, in 20 years' time, how would you like your body to be? And make commitments that take you to that place, to that body that you want to have. Okay. And you know, it's not just about how I want my body to be this week. It's that long-term view of what kind of lifestyle do I want to have at 65, at 80 or 85? How do I want my knees to be? How do I want my liver and my lungs and my intestines to be? What am I doing to help foster that?
Yeah, when
What
you're
am I doing
looking
for my
at your
brain?
when you're looking at your health, it's not just your body. However, your body is reflecting all of the different aspects of your health. So if you want to make commitments, look at your finances. What is the health of your finances and what commitment can you make there? What is the health of your relationships and what commitments can you make there? What's the health of your spirituality and what commitments can you make there? What is, you know, the health of your education or your career and what commitments can you make there? All of these different facets of your life are all an aspect of your overall health. So how can you commit to those different things and improve your overall health? So it's not just exercise. That's not what we're talking about. We're really talking about total body health and wellness.
Also, too, I think it's so important to remember, because everybody gets into this thing and then they forget that it's not just a one and done. It's a daily. It's daily looking at, where am I at today?
Mm-hmm.
What's really happening today?
Mm-hmm. And what needs attention today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know for me, I'm getting off this call and I'm going to attend to little Miss Five that came home from school early, and I'm going to accept that I need to have a nap because I've got a sore throat and my body needs some extra rest.
Mm-hmm.
So while that was not in today's schedule and that wasn't in my plans are changing today.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I woke up with a sore throat and I'm like, okay, well, there's a message there.
Mm-hmm.
What's your body saying to you?
Exactly. So how are we listening to that message? Oh, I'm just going to pop 2 pills and I'll be right and I'll just push through this. And then tomorrow I don't understand why I woke up a bit more sick.
Exactly.
You know, I'm going to actually have a hot drink and lay down and have a rest. And if I have to go to bed at 7 p.m. tonight, so be it. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
But it's honoring that this is what my body needs today. Tomorrow's another day.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. As always, I don't know where the time goes and we are out of time once again. So we'll see you all in the group Nourish. If you're not already in there, then ask to join. It's an open group that we have so many resources. Somebody was asking me the other day for recipes and I was like, well, there's probably a good couple of 100 or maybe 1,000 recipes inside of Nourish.
Yeah.
There's a search tool, there's a unit tool of, you can find different sorts of units, but it's all in there already, you know? So whatever you're looking for about Nourish, and that's nourishing your body, that's nourishing your lifestyle, your compassion for yourself. Come and join us in Nourish. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Sarah. And we'll see you guys all same time, same place next week. And we're going to be continuing this series of Mindful May, talking about body mindfulness and your commitments to your body and this long-term relationship or marriage that we are all in with our bodies. So thank you guys so much, and see you all next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.